paka paka wooka chiki 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 wooka paka waka waka wooka chiki 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 wooka paka.
We're now a third of the way through the season. In episode 10, the first thing I'll talk about is Bonky's diary room, talking about Shannon, how she's trying to take the power away from Hardy, how she's asking people to vote her out, and she's basically said that these people wouldn't be voting her out because they don't like her, but because she's asking them to. And so Bunky doesn't like Shannon, as is very well noted. Doesn't like anyone from Chilltown. Top are talking about keeping Shannon in spite of her. Will thinks that he'll get votes because people they're scared by him and they're stupid. We get a Hardy and Monica discussion. On their way to the HOH room, Monica says that it's the first time she's been in the HOH room, which I don't think is true. Pretty sure that her and Krista had a discussion in the HOH room where Krista was confiding in her about nominations. Hardy asks her if she would vote for Will because he wants the last vote, so he really wants to be the one to stick it to whichever one of them. Will and Shannon have a date. They like each other very much. I don't know there's much more to say. Mike is shown voting for Shannon. He says that she's someone who first caught his eye when they moved in there. He thought that perhaps she might have been using Will to get in good with Chilltown. So yeah, we see him voting for her. We get a Krista segment where Nicole says that she knows that Hardy digs Krista. He confirms this, but he thinks that she's sexy, but her personality is what draws him in most. Kent thinks that Krista is using sexuality as a way to get in with the guys every time. Kent, oh, it's amazing. Every time. Kent is there every time to say this person might have ulterior motives. Mike Boogie, he says he was really attracted to Krista when they first came in. He wants to spoon Krista. And for Krista at this point in the game, she says that she doesn't see time for relationships. So we get Julie talking to the house guests. Nicole says that she's going to be chief, referring to winning HOH, and I thought she was going to. Turned out she doesn't, but I thought she was going to. I've been thinking that her and Hardy just trade HOHs. But it's a week here and it doesn't happen. She asks Bunky and Ken about their relationship, and Bunky says that he's a hunk. Their friendship comes out of respect for one another. Kent sees him as very kind and hard not to like. So that's cool. Shannon thinks this has been the easiest nomination week so far for Will. He's the first person to do shout-outs, shouting people out from home. And he finds the house a little tough because of all the boredom, the downtime that there is. We see Krista voting. She says Will's a trip, but he's made a lot of enemies as well. That she finds Shannon interesting, that she's about being positive, but has found out a lot of negative as well. She ultimately votes for Shannon, so we're at 2-0 now. Family segment. We see the mothers of Will and Shannon talking. So, first thing that's mentioned is Will's got big hair. That's a family, it's hereditary. She thinks the others are intimidated by Will. That also what we see of him isn't a true representation of Will. That he's playing a bit of the evil doctor because whether you love him or hate him, you have an opinion. Shannon's mom says that she's funny and witty, that her strategies perhaps changed since getting with the guys, isolating herself from the rest of the group. I nearly called them a tribe then. She is proud of Shannon on the toothbrush incident. It's something she perhaps would have done herself. She doesn't like Will. She doesn't get why Shannon would leave Jim for Will, and is hoping that she doesn't bring him home. She also wouldn't be surprised to see him move on if Shannon's voted out. And Will's mom says if Shannon was voted out, he might make a move on Krista. So it might be right to have suspicions about him. We get the Hardy-Julie conversation because he's HOH. He doesn't regret his nominations. He wants Shannon out because he can stand her the least. Sounds quite personal there. And he believes his closest ally is split between Krista and Nicole at the moment. By a vote of 0 to 6, Shannon has been evicted from the Big Brother house. She asks Shannon why she campaigned to go. Shannon says that she thought it would make it easier on the Hunter House guests. She's a happy person and tries to make other people happy as well. It's something she said when asked about the toothbrush incident. She sort of says it refers a bit to the military school days. Blames it on boredom. They show Kent voting for Shannon because she's not nice. Bunky would be scared of her winning HOH and making life miserable. Monica and Nicole are shown saying that it's because Shannon asked them to vote for her. They also show Will's message to Shannon. He says that she is better than him in every way, and her eviction will be avenged with great wrath. We get to the HOH competition. It's the lower or higher competition. 4 of these people, of the 7 of them, went out on a freaking toaster question that I got right. And I've only seen the toaster for a few seconds, and they've been with it for days. I don't get how you get that one wrong, unless you're throwing it. The HOH comes down to Boogie and Kent, in which Kent becomes the new head of household. This will be the week where Boogie goes, making it 3 out of 4 people who came second in the HOH to be evicted that week. I wonder what would have happened, say, had Shannon not kamikazed herself out of the house. Would Will have been voted out? I don't know. I also thought with Will might have got mention of him throwing competitions, but maybe that doesn't happen until after Boogie gets evicted, because at that point there's the pattern of 3 out of 4 people who came second to get evicted. Maybe it's after Boogie's evicted that he starts throwing HOHs, but that up until now he's just been losing them. That's it for this week. Next week I'm looking forward to the more Kent diary rooms. I enjoy him on my screen. It'll be the last week for Boogie. Will be upset about it, but for memory, we'll also see a potential positive out of it for himself personally. So I have enjoyed the season so far. I keep saying it because it's true. And I'm continue to look forward to the rest of the season. Bye bye.